going on, people? What's happening today? Welcome to another edition of Hustlers Kung Fu Live. We're going to talk about the Dow dropping 900 points today. We're going to talk about the impending credit crunch, and we're going to talk about massive layoffs across the board, so big that the New York Department of Labor's website crashed because so many New Yorkers were filing for unemployment benefits. So we're about to jump into that and a little bit more. A little bit more. Hold on a second. Let me go get some more people. Bring them in the room so we can have this Friday night little chit chat. You know, I've been going kind of hard today. One of the things that I've been doing is it was Friday, and one of the things I wanted to do was to increase the training. So one of the things I'm going to start doing is Friday's going to be like a training day where I'm going to come on, there we go. Where I'm going to let me go ahead and tell you what I did today. This morning, I played the first section of 30 Days to 2500. It's up. And then I went ahead and I replayed some recession talk videos because just to prove my point of what I was talking about and how I was getting myself geared up in alignment with what was to come. Also, I want to show you guys this. All right. So this is all right. I don't know why it's doing this. Once again, let me go back real quick to, well, I'll just start here. Essentially, this course is going to help you deal with the uncertain times that we're currently in. I was homeless. I've gone through many really stressful and crisis events, and I'm going to combine this course with the life of intent and design. It's going to be a killer course. It's going to help you guys get the proper mindset to deal with what's about to go down because we got a lot of stuff that's going down. crazy stuff that is going down. Let's see. Yes, it is. It's getting crazy out there. Life for business, they're closing a lot of businesses down. California, this whole thing is still melting down. It's too early to be talking about seeing the other side. We're still going down. This is kind of like it's a disaster. Yeah, right now it's too early to be talking about the recovery and the other side because essentially, be sure to check out Savage Finance because I've got a video up there where I'm talking about what's about to happen, what you need to do with your money, and this is crazy. All right, hold on a second. All right. The Dow tumbles 900 points in Wall Street's worst week since 2008. All right, there are many people, I'm starting to see some of these personal finance YouTubers starting to change their tune because all last week it was like, buy it on the cheap, buy it on the cheap. And one actually made a video that was, I thought, to be very responsible, talking about you need to save your cash. You need to have an emergency fund, which is the savage finance way because once again, this thing is not going to dissipate quickly. You're going to see, like last week, did I not say the stock market was going to do what it did this week? I said that last week. And next week, it's going to do the same thing. And the week after, it's going to do the same thing. And the week after, it's going to do the same thing. Because many of these companies who are on the stock market, like take Disney. Disney gets 40% of its income. Disney is a blue chip stock that pays a dividend. They get 40% of their income from their theme parks. The theme parks are closed right now. How would you feel if you lost 40% of your income? It'd be kind of like, be a bit concerned. So once again, do not listen to this. Just buy money in the stock market. I predict the stock market is going to be down for months. You know, I've made some recommendations that may seem controversial. Don't contribute to your 401k. Actually stop contributing to all of that stuff and start stacking up your emergency fund because what good is money in the stock market when you can't eat today? I mean, this is the madness because I was sitting there and also something else I realized when I was watching these guys, none of these guys have suffered a down market. Not a one of them. The market's been good for 12 years and they've been investing 5, 6, 7 years. One of them's 22 and he actually said had the wisest advice next to mine talking about saving your money and increasing your cash flow. One of the things that, for you guys who want to get in the stock market, the stuff's going to be cheap for a minute. It's going to be cheap. Let me go ahead and show you. Boeing stock price less than 6 weeks ago was $336. It was $330. And what is it today? It's $95. It's lost over 75% of its value. You're going to see stuff like this throughout the stock market space. You're going to see these kind of deals because essentially what's going to happen is everything is going to get depressed. Everything. Disney, Uber. Uber is slow right now. Uber's next earnings are going to be low. Everybody that's in the stock market, all of their court, they're going to be low unless you know your Costco, a grocery store, or something like that. A lot of these places are closed. They're not making money. So once again, do not be getting cray cray. You're trying to get in the stock market, throwing your little ducats in the stock market when you don't have an emergency fund. Don't do it. I mean, it's the foolishest. It's one of the foolishest things that I can think of at this time, because here in Georgia, they just they just shut down the restaurants. The restaurants are shut down. Takeout only. Blue Rum 618. The housing market's going to crash. Dividends being suspended all over the place. Yep. I remember I was watching one of these personal, like they don't normally cut dividends. Ford has already cut his dividend, and Ford has laid off everybody in the factories. They've already suspended their dividends. You're going to see suspensions of dividends all over the place because these companies are not making any money. They're closed. People, there's a few companies making money. God is no. Starting Monday, the Florida and New York Stock Exchange will close. Trading will still go on, but for health concerns, no traders will be on the floor. They said it's symbolic anyway. Hey, once again, we've got some craziness going on. We have some craziness. This is what's happening in Georgia. All essential workers have to stay home. But like I said, do not be getting crazy in the stock market talking about I'm buying stock market, and be looking out for Savage Finance. The video Sunday is going to be dealing with buying gold and silver. Now, Marriott has laid off thousands of people. Thousands of people. Marriott has laid off thousands of people. And also, New York has ordered all its restaurants closed. So essentially, all these people are running to the unemployment office. Expect that many of these states' unemployment offices are going to need a bailout. I mean, this thing is really, 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 really bad. The typical advice, 3 months emergency fund. Try having a year's of an emergency fund. Marcus, thanks for the $5 super chat. One of the things that we have going on is pandemonium. We've got a lot of crazy stuff that's about to go down. We have all kinds of madness going on. And also, the credit crunch is around the corner. Right now, they're literally throwing financing at people. People are refinancing their houses because the mortgage rates are so low. The credit crunch is literally around the corner. In a few weeks, you're not going to be able to get loans. You're not going to be able to get credit cards. You're not going to be able to get any credit. Because what's going to happen is you're going to have so many people who are going to lay it off that's going to pose such a huge financial risk for all these banks and stuff. They're going to start slashing credit limits, and they're going to start denying people and becoming very picky about who they issue new credit to. And I guarantee you, they're going to want to look at your assets. Sterling the investor, let's make a bet. I'm willing to bet you $500 that you're going to be able to get these stocks on sale 3 months from now. And I'm going to tell you why. The economic activity that drives these companies' stock prices, that reflects on their balance sheet, has come to a grinding halt. Once again, do not be dollar cost averaging, unless your job is safe. You got a year's worth of emergency funds in the bank, then maybe you want to play in the market, fine. But if you don't have an emergency fund, if you don't have any liquid assets, the stock market is the last place you need to be. Oh, AJ, that's crazy. Always be ready. You stating facts. Unemployment offices are overwhelmed. Refining chaos. Thanks for the $5 super chat. G. Adams, Glendon Feds are buying all toxic assets on their balance sheet. It ain't going to be enough. It ain't going to be enough. And also, the stimulus package, once again, y'all about to get some checks. They're going to be sending checks out in a very few weeks because they're going to have to. Because if they don't send these people checks, the economy will collapse. It will collapse. And this is why Trump, I saw where Petty Trump was back today when he was attacking this reporter. But, I mean, here's the thing. You can expect it to be weird and strange for about 2 to 3 more months. Because I'm looking at what happened in China. And China hasn't had its second wave of infections, which is what they're waiting on, if that happens. But, we're going through that same trend that China did. So we just started here. It was like 1,800. It was like 1,800 cases. Then it was 3,000. Then it was 11,000. Let's see how many people. Let's see what it is. What is it now? Number one Google search. This was written today. It's not going to let me read the story, so we're going to go to another website. New York is starting to spread up in New York. In California, the number of cases more than 1,000 has doubled in 3 days. 3 days. This thing is moving very, very quickly. It's moving very, very quickly. And we're going to probably have infection rates close to China. Italy, the deaths have already surpassed the number of deaths in China. So once again, I went out for dinner, and 4 hours before I got there, they had closed down all the restaurants to eat in, dine in traffic, and you could only do takeout. And they were killing it on the takeout. The phone didn't stop ringing while I was in there waiting for my food. Did not stop ringing. So we got some serious, serious situations on here. But once again, as I said on Savage Finance, stop contributing to your 401k. 3 months is not going to make a huge difference in your long-term plan. Start stacking your cash. Start stacking your cash. If you have a job, if you can work from home, thank God, and stack your cash, because I'm telling you, the deals in the stock market are going to be there for a minute. They're not going to disappear. Like last week, what did I tell you was going to happen with the stock market? What happened this week? The same thing is going to happen next week and the week after and the week after. All of these financial YouTubers are wigging out because they've never been through this. They've never been in a down market. They've never been through a recession. And they're like, because all of a sudden, because I'm watching them, and they were all like, yeah, I'm on dollar cost average. I'm going to buy this stuff all on the cheap. And now they're like, oh, this is real. One dude's like, I lost $25,000. He only had 100. He's lost 25% of his portfolio just like that. And now he's like one's like normally I hold on to stocks, but I sold some because they went down even lower. You're going to see a lot of these dudes change their tunes because it's real out here in these streets. It is real. I know, Jesse. AJ, I don't know. Under just 20 cases in the U.S. This is Friday. Monday it was 10,000. It's doubled in a week. Petty Trump is back. The line was long. 600 deaths today in Italy. Wow, Patrick, I don't know about that. GLs never try to catch falling knives because once again, like I'm telling everybody to get out of the market. If you got stocks there, you got a portfolio there, just leave it alone. Don't touch it, but don't add any more money to it. Stack your money in the bank account. Get you some cash in the house because we may be having a national quarantine for a month or so. I fully expect that to happen. If it doesn't happen, cool. But I need to mind myself. I need to follow my own advice because tomorrow I'm going to the grocery store and stacking up. Name a frame Indley. Like I said, this stuff's gonna be on sale for a minute. You don't have to be in no rush. It's personal. What service business you think would be great during these times? DoorDash, Uber Eats. One of the things with the way I understand it is they're not going to close the grocery stores. They're not going to close the gas stations. So Costco, Kroger, and many restaurants will still be open, but they'll be just takeout only. So delivering food is hot right now. I'm telling you, the DoorDash folks, the Uber Eats folks are going crazy because right now we just got punched. We just got punched, and everybody is just like, "Whoa, this is freaking out everyone out." And then once we, get back up, get back in the boxing ring, because right now everything's going to be disrupted. Everything, everything. I mean, everything's going to be disrupted. You're not going to be able to do normal stuff because, right now, a lot of these companies have sent these people at home to work from home and they've never worked from home. They don't have the discipline to work from home. They don't have a home office. So there's inefficiency all over the place. 2 weeks, Erica Williams. B-Rum 618. Nobody thinking about buying a car? AJ. Wow, Charlatan. Well, I think there's going to be at least 2 checks and potentially more. The longer this thing that goes on, the more checks they're going to drop. Hardware stores? I didn't hear that. I don't know. CJ, Warren Buffett, Carl Icahn, Carlos Slim, a few other big players just purchased about $1 billion worth of stock of various companies. All of the people you just mentioned are sitting on billions of dollars. You can't play that game that they can play. Warren Buffett got enough money to buy the most expensive house in the planet. He can do whatever he wants. You can't play that game. You just mentioned folks who literally got billions of dollars of cash in the bank. They're good. Once again, they're buying stuff, and I feel that some of them are going to wish they had waited because it's going to go lower. because these companies are closed. They're not making money. That's going to reflect on their balance sheets. I'm really going to look at a lot of company financials 2 months from now, and I guarantee you they all going to be low. Steve Jameson, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. So one of the things that, that's pretty much Sterling the investor. You need these reserves to play these games. All right, hardware stores. UT Dow 14K. I'm buying in May. I feel it's going to go that low. I really do. And once again, I want you guys to go ahead and do some research on the Great Depression. The stock market fell for 1,035 days. It lost 84% of its value. And it took 7 years after that for the country to come out of that depression. And right now we have all of the nasty elements to maybe not a 10-year depression, but a 3 to 5 year depression could be in the cards. So this is why I'm saying, this is why today I was doing replays of recession talk, just, because be blunt, it's here. The recession is here. And a lot of these personal finance bloggers like, we may have I'm like, fool, we're in the recession right now. Why? They don't even want to say it. They're like, potentially, maybe. No, the recession is coming. The recession's here. The recession's on your front door. Hello? Are anyone home? It's just me, the recession. It's here. Birth of Cool. Cameron is right. I do technical support for a company called Ordermark. We streamline the online ordering delivery process for restaurants. We just signed over 400 restaurants in 1 week. They're going to be going hard. Eric Williams, I have a mortgage going through issues with my insurance this week. All the folks I call can tell they never work from home. Noise in the background. Yeah, because see, like, I've worked from home for over a decade, and I have dedicated home offices. I got this studio. I got studio in there where I do Savage Finance. Here's where I do the live streams. I got another studio off the side of my bedroom, and I got a basement that I may start doing the live streams down there. So I have all this stuff set up for a reason. And working from home requires you to have discipline. I can just imagine some folks right now. I'm about to do it. You mean they ain't gonna turn off our power and water if we don't pay the bill? You mean they ain't gonna kick us out if we don't pay the rent? We done came up. You got these folks out here. This is how they working from home. They work at home from home like crackheads. They're like, hey, I'm still getting paid. I still got a job. There ain't nobody here to watch me. These folks are going, the output of America is about to go way down. I mean, from the people not actually working to the reduced output of the people working from home. I would not even be worried about the stock market unless you sitting on a year of reserves and your job is solid. I wouldn't even worry about the stock market. Right now the time is, if you're at home, I would research, I would read books on stocks before I put a penny in there. Jessyville, I'm glad I got out of the positions in December and January, did not over leverage myself with Airbnb. Man, that makes two of us because I was getting ready to pull the trigger on that. Redline Motor Group, our country is stronger than it's ever been. There will never be a great recession again. Redline, you smoking that you smoking those funny cigarettes? You got a crack pipe in your hand? Fool. I just showed you that the stock of Boeing went down 75% in less than 1 month. And there will be other companies. We're in the recession right now. We're probably going to have another recession that's going to be worse than the last recession, and we may go into a depression. Talk to someone who doesn't study companies. Talk to someone who doesn't study the economies with that. We're stronger. You sound like those fools who on Facebook who were laughing every time I posted something because they didn't take it seriously. How much you want to bet we ain't going to have another recession? Let's put some money on that. Creflo Dollars, Crenny. Redline Motor Group, you smoking crack. You call everyone in the nation being told to sit home a minor setback. I really would hate to see what you think a disaster is. Yeah, ammo's hard to find. Appliance boot camp, that's crazy. I know, pretty much. Pretty much. Well, I still have one of those fools clowning on my Facebook page. So one of the things that is happening, and one of the things I want you guys to understand is, you know, let's go ahead and talk about this. Whoa. All right. So everything's going to be disrupted. Let's just keep it a buck. You're going to find that things that you normally could do, you just can't do. It's not going to work out. And this is going to be a great time for you to start taking online courses, my online courses, anyone else's online courses you've been looking at, and start building your side business from home. Because this is why this is a great time. It's going to take you a minute to build your business. It's going to take you a minute to learn everything you need to learn. And while you're at home chilling, this is the time to be studying. This is the time to be leveling up. This is the time to be scaling up your knowledge base because right now, this is the time, and this is kind of weird because, like I said, we're still going down. We're still going down. And there's so many uncertain things, like, from the day to day. I mean, one thing we can be certain, the stock market is going to keep going down. We can be for certain that supply chains are going to be disrupted. We can be certain there's going to be madness and craziness, and we can be certain that the lower economic class is going to clown. Like, I ain't paid my power bill in 3 months and it's still on. We done came up. Folks gonna be clowning. I already can see folks gonna take advantage of this. They're gonna be like these kids at the spring break. But this is the time for you guys to start studying. This is the time for you to read books. This is the time for you to develop other and better skill sets. This is the time. So once again, this is the time for people to be skilling up, leveling up, and doing the right things. All right, so let me come out of this. So what I'm going to start doing on Fridays, because today was the first day, I did a lot of training because I started off the live streams with a training course, and that seemed to go well. And I'm going to do that again next Friday. Eric Williams, it's going to be madness. Chevy Knight, I don't know when the economy is going to hit rock bottom. I'm giving it about 3 to 4 months. Power of Your Subconscious Mind is a good book to read. Once again, we've got all kinds of stuff that's about to be popping off. We have all kinds of things about to be going down. So, once again, this is the time to study. This is the time to do a lot of research. This is the time to kind of take it in. And for some reason, my live stream isn't as sharp as it normally is. Dollar Tree near me is closing. Hey, we got all kinds of things going on. But once again, this is going to be the last live stream for the day. And there will not be any live streams tomorrow. But look out Sunday. Sunday, there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to come up. There's going to be a video on Savage Finance about should you or should you not buy gold or silver. I'm going to give you some guidelines. And I'm going to be working on these courses, the YouTube course and this critical mindset course. So I got a busy weekend because once again, I want people to use this time to start getting better skills. I want people to use this time wisely. Robert George, Texas is a whole different story. They do it big in Texas. They do it big in Texas. I mean, it's kind of crazy. So, once again, I want people to really take heart. Like, this is a good time to be reading books. This is a good time to be taking online courses, my courses, anyone else's courses. This is a good time to take this time because, I feel that this is probably going to go on, what's happened this week for a few more months. And then I think we'll probably start kind of hitting rock bottom and we're going to stay there for a minute. I don't think we're going to like pop down and bounce back and this thing's going to be over. I don't think that's going to happen at all. And once again, many of you are going to need new skill sets. Many of you are going to need to take advantage of the opportunities because one of the reasons I put up the automation video was I know a lot of people are going to be displaced. A lot of people who are going to get laid off, they're not going back to work. These companies are going to bring in automation and technology to replace these workers. So I'm just saying, us Texans are very hard-headed, pretty much. I mean, I've actually seen people with face masks on today. It's crazy. But that's all I have for y'all today. This isn't going to be a long live stream. I'm going to bounce off. But be sure, for those of you who want the YouTube course, the link's below. And for those of you who want the critical mindset course, links below. And for those of you who got the life of intent and design, I'm going to send you a link to the critical mindset course because I'm going to put all that content together because it just makes sense. So with that, I will see you guys later.